Welcome to today's Fast Track episode of The Growth Zone. My name is Christian Bartsch, and these episodes provide you with a focused, mind-feeding topic. You can use it to have some new ideas to guide you through the day. Let's get started on today's topic. In today's episode, we are going to look at why is a business with growing revenue losing even more money day by day and month by month and week by week and even year. So, is your business actually generating revenue? That's good if it is, especially in these times when it's even more difficult to convince people to spend money, to take the money out of their pockets and give it to you, to your business. And it doesn't matter whether you are in an e-commerce business, you are a retailer, you are an airline, or you are any kind of business that manufactures products and sells those products, whether they're physical or software products, services, software as a service or anything of that ilk. Even if you are a mobile phone service provider, or you are an internet service provider, any kind of other businesses where you're providing some sort of service to people. You might even be a travel agent, a public transport authority, it doesn't matter. Whatever you are trying to get people to spend money with you. And not the competition, of course, because otherwise it wouldn't make much sense for you to be in business. And the same applies as well, even if you've got financial backing from the state. The state still expects you not to burn the money just for pointless stuff. So the thing is, are you growing your revenue? That's good if that's happening, if you're getting more and more revenue in your business. But on the other hand, what's on the other side of the equation? Maybe you're losing more and more money at the same time. It's becoming more and more costly to compete with others. Maybe you have some kind of internal issues in your organization and you're not quite really understanding why this is happening. Can it be that your business is unprofitable due to internal misorganization or misconfiguration? Let's put it in a nicer term. Then you have to really look into that and find out what's going wrong. In some cases, you might fear that if you personally go and try to clean it up, that people will think you're bullying them, you're being bossy, you are trying to insinuate any kind of strange thing that might be bad to their personal reputation or their own self-confidence. Of course, you don't want that. You don't want to make people feel bad. But on another point, you want to help people keep their jobs. Because if your business goes out of business and you're losing more money than you're actually taking in, then you've got a problem that eventually will lead to insolvency. Of course, in certain situations you can refinance yourself, but there's even a limit how much you can refinance. That's what we're seeing as well, for instance, now with some big major airline carriers. They are getting massive bailouts from the governments. In contrast, other more cost-efficient and more productive airlines are able to avoid this kind of state buy-in action. The thing is, of course, it's always a question how much money is pouring in relation to what's happening with other companies, for instance, smaller companies. Often it seems that governments are very gracious with what they're spending on big corporations than what they're spending with small privately owned businesses or even freelancers and so on. They are the ones who are currently most suffering in the pandemic and they're losing money. But looking at the big business, because the big business is usually the big one that actually as well pays some of the freelancers. And if those freelancers are not getting the jobs that they can do, and they can even provide in a quite a cost-efficient way, the corporate is losing money because it's being very inefficient in its handling of operations, in its handling of its costs, and wasting money at the wrong place and saving money at the wrong place. So it's not just about cutting costs everywhere blindly, but it's actually being smart and finding where should I cut costs and where do I need to increase costs to increase my revenue and increase the profitability of my operations. And that's one of the big things that you see in many businesses when you go and have a look what's happening. Some consultancies are going in companies and trying to reorganize them, but that sometimes becomes more a shot in the boot rather than a shot in the moon. Because, of course, on the other hand, if you're trying to reach the moon, okay, it's a good attempt. You can even fake it, like some people claim that the Americans were never on the moon. I don't know if they ever were on the moon. I've been to Cape Canaveral. It's a great place to look at. But the thing is, nobody wants to shoot themselves in the boot. That's definitely something more painful than trying to reach the moon when everybody supposedly knows that the moon is made out of cheese. I don't know that really is, because I haven't been to the moon. But one thing I'm clear, if your business is losing money, then that's something seriously not to make jokes about. Because you are going to have a big problem financially in the next upcoming financial crisis that is going to happen in the next 6 months. So if you don't want to lose your entire profitability and the money, the value and your net profit and net assets that you've got as well as an investor, you have to change your attitude towards how you are letting businesses being managed or even checked and improved. Having just pure consultants or pure auditors just look at the business, then you're going to have a problem because they just see the numbers. They don't understand how the business operates. They're not willing to go in a business and learn how the business is running and understand what are the weaknesses and what are the strengths. Because there's surely some strengths that are just being underestimated. I've said that it's not useful to pay attention to them. And in fact, you can generate a lot of profitability if you emphasize on those values and those benefits that you're offering your services to customers. Because maybe you are offering services that people are actually underusing and other services that are actually not really good for you, they're overusing. They might even producing massive support costs, maintenance costs, and that's a typical thing that companies are suffering from when they're producing physical products or software on it kind of that way. Often customer service is a big issue. The customer is unhappy, development teams are overburdened because they're not getting the right information, and in the end the customer says it sucks. And that's when the customers are starting to move and find some other place. And it's not necessarily the price. Sometimes it's the quality, sometimes it's both. You must be aware, what do you want to be in today's time? Be valued by your customer. What are your values and what are the benefits you're offering your customer? And where do you have to cut costs and see that you find the right places to do it and where to increase costs? That's something you sometimes need somebody from outside to go in and just purely go and clean up the place. It sounds hard, but it's the reality. In today's world, sometimes you have to go and clean it up. You have to cut costs, cut staff, cut businesses out, cut units, and at the same time create new units, new products, new services, and see how you can become better. And at the same time, what happens if this happens massively in an economy? Multiple businesses are going to be evolving, changing, and devising a new way of doing business. It creates again new jobs. It destroys jobs, but it creates at the same time new jobs. And people are moving around, going to a place where they maybe are even much happier doing the work that they enjoy more. They get a better pay because they're doing a better job in the right place. And that's, in the long term, much better for society than trying to stay on the status quo that is losing money for everybody and eventually costs millions of jobs that will never come back again. So, in the next episodes, we'll be looking at how you can improve your operational activities and have the right patience for what needs time to change. I hope you enjoyed the Fast Track edition of today. I would like to invite you to follow our show so that you don't miss the upcoming interviews with leaders in the market. Simply visit the website followtheleader.com www.prmediareach.com. I will be adding the link also to the description of this episode so that you just need to click on that link. The link is follow.prmediareach.com. follow.prmediareach.com. You can follow me also on Twitter by using the Twitter handle CAPBartsch. So it's spelled CAPBARTSCH. Or for those who are into sailing and flying, Charlie Alpha Papa Bravo Alpha Romeo Tango Sierra Charlie Hotel. Yes, that's CAPBartsch. See you soon or hear you soon in the next episode. And please share as well this episode if you've enjoyed it and would like to let others have the opportunity to use it as well to get new ideas and insights.